Hello, children. Good morning to one and all. Welcome to the class. Today we are going to take a new chapter for grade 6, that is new questions and new ideas. What is this new question and new idea? Why this chapter has been introduced in the history chapter? So, in the world, you will see some new existing religion there. Hinduism is there, Jainism is there, Buddhism is there, Christianity is there, Muslim is there. Yes or no? So how the two main religion which came into existence during the period of 6th century, that is Jainism and Buddhism, on what basis they emerged in the society, and what are the ideas of Upanishad which has been written during the period of 6th century only by the saints. So about these all we are going to learn in the new questions and the new ideas. So why these religions came into existence? So what are the reasons behind? So one by one in this topic we are going to learn about that one. So what all major topics we are going to discuss in this chapter is introduction, Buddha's early life, the story of Kissa Gautami. Next one is about Upanishad, Jainism, the Sangha, monasteries, the system of ashramas, and during this period when Jainism and Buddhism and Upanishads were being written in some other country, what was happening? So we are going to learn in elsewhere. So these are the major topics what we are going to discuss in this today in this chapter. So first one, introduction. So during the 6th century BCE, the society followed a rigid caste system. Rigid caste system means the four varnas, they should not meet each other. Okay, and they should not sit and eat together, as well as whatever intercaste marriages were been going on, they prohibited it. The strict Indian Hinduism traditions were being set by the some of the saints, and people blindly they were following it. Religious worship become very complex, ritualistic, and very expensive affair. Okay, if you want to do any kind of yagas, if you want to do any kind of pujas in the temples, it became very expensive for the people. So during this time only, among these group, among the four varnas, some inferior position was been raised. Inferior position means they were feeling why we have to follow these rules and regulations. Okay, the Kshatriyas, the Vaishyas, the Brahmanas, the Shudras. So between the Kshatriyas and Brahmanas, always the conflict was been going on. On what reason means the Kshatriyas, they used to protect the people. Then we are superior. Then why we have to follow the rules and regulations of the Brahmanas? So that inferior position. They was been arised, and always frequent war was been going on between various Mahajanapadas, between kings to king. They wanted to show their power, as well as they wanted to capture some of the places. So frequently war was been taking place between the Mahajanapadas. It created some atmosphere which was unrest. People were unhappy because of frequent wars, as well as because of frequent debate between the varnas, because each and every varna, they wanted to tell their superiority, why we have to follow that, why we have to follow this. So a little bit um, healthiest atmosphere was not created during the period of 6th century BCE. So people began to search for alternative. So they want peace and harmony, and they want to lead a happy full life. So people began to search a new alternative way how to become a very happy and how to lead a peaceful life, because they were fed up of this all complex, ritualistic, expensive, as well as the inferior position which they wanted to improve. Each and every varna wanted to improve their condition, So between Mahajanapadas, always fight was been going on, because each and every Mahajanapada want to capture, and they want to show their power in front of the people. So when people began to search for alternative, so many of the new religions were being sprang up. Sprang up means rised. Okay, a new religion came into existence during this period. So many of these new religion and philosophical idea are mentioned in Upanishad, Buddhist, Jain text. So in these three, we will see whatever complex condition was being created, um, and unhealthy atmosphere was being created through the Upanishad, through the Buddhist teachings, and through the Jain teachings. Somehow it was being decreased. People were happy when they heard about these three. So, so in this way, the new religion, these are the reasons why the new religion were sprang up during the period of 6th century BCE, that is before Christ era, or before common era also we will tell. So according to that one, first one is the Buddhism. So who was the um, founder of Buddhism is Gautama or Siddhartha. So he was born in the year 2000 years ago only. He was born in the place called Lumbini. So Buddha belonged to a small Gana, that is small group, which was called as a Gana. That Gana was called as a Shakya Gana. So his father name was Shuddhodana and mother was Maya. So when he was very small, so he got all kind of luxurious life. He was very happy. So at one stage, he left all his comfort and started searching for the knowledge. So, what is the reason behind? What may be the reason why he left all the luxurious life? Because his father gave all kind of comforts for him. Okay, because he was the next king after the Shuddhodana. So, why the Siddhartha left that luxurious life and started searching for the knowledge? So, while he was going, one day with his chariot, he was traveling the town around to visit the people, to check about problems of the people. So he started traveling. So during that time, what happened? He saw four people. Okay. So first one is a boy. Second one is a sick man. And third one is a saint. Fourth one is a dead man. So by seeing this picture, he was wondered how this could be happen. So there will be a knowledge to know about this, why the people are suffering uh, without happiness. Okay, why people are struggling, so what are the reasons? So he started finding those results. So as a result, he left all his comfort, he left his wife, he left his son also, and started searching for knowledge. So he finally decided to find his own path. Okay, now it is a time, I have to gain the certain I have to gain some certain knowledges. So he traveled from one place to another place for his realization. So in one place he started meditating. Okay, for many days, many years, he started meditating. So at the end, under a people tree, at present, as well as we call it as a Bodh Gaya. So under a people tree, he was being knowledged. He got the enlightenment. So after that, he was known as a Buddha. Buddha means wise one, who is having a knowledge about life, why the people are suffering, etc. So when he was been enlightened, he want to tell his principles as well as his thoughts to the people, so that whatever worries, whatever suffering the people are suffering, it will go away. So when he was being enlightened, he started traveling from one place to another place on foot, and he taught many things to the people. where the people were very happy, because at that time they wanted to have some non-violence, they wanted to lead some happy life, and among the people only some questions were being raised. So what will be the life after the death, for which we have to call as a god, for which we have to not, on which we have to believe and which we have to not believe. So in this way, a new questions were being raised among the people. So according to Buddha's principle, many people started following his own path. So he passed away in Kushinara, and later on his followers, they started preaching the teachings of Buddha, and it was been circulated entire country during the 6th century BCE. So this was the life story of Buddha. So he taught his own teachings. So what are his teachings? So Buddha taught in a Prakrit language. Prakrit was a common language. How the Kannada is a common language for Karnataka. How is the common language for Tamil? Sorry, Telugu for the Andhra Pradesh. Tamil a language common for Tamil Nadu. So same thing. During the 6th century BCE, people were talking in Prakrit language. It was a common language of the people. So it was an easy way to connect as well as to convey his message. So he taught people to be a kind. We should not show any kind of violence on others. Respect each and every life of others, because each and every life deserve a respect, including animals also. Don't slaughter, don't kill the animals, because the animals is also having a life. So respect that one also. He believed that the result of our action, whether it is a good or a bad, affect us both in this life as well as in the next life. So, and also he thought life is a full of suffering and unhappiness, because due to the carving and desires. Carving means some of the wants and desires will be there for each and every human being. Okay. If you go on satisfying that wants, if you go on satisfying that desires, so it will create, we want more and more. We never satisfy and always we want more. Okay, for an example, think that you want a bicycle. So you will go and tell your desire in front of your parents, and your parents fulfill it. Next desire you will keep in front of the parents, that I want a new dress, etc. So I want a new mobile phone, I want a new books, I want a new pen, I want a new bag. So after one desire, one more desire will come in front of you. After that, one more. After that, one more. So in this way, we will never satisfy our wants only. So that is why people are suffering in their life, as well as they are leading a unhappiness life. So they have to leave. If they want to live a happy full life, if they don't want any kind of suffering, then we have to leave our wants and desires. That he thought. He thought about ahimsa. He thought we have to respect each and every life those are living in that region as well as in the world. He encouraged the people to think for themselves rather than simply accept what he said. Instead of accepting it, people started thinking, yes, it is right now, we have to respect the one life, we have to be a kind. Okay, instead of hurting others, if we show the kindness to the other people, means you will feel some happiness from your soul. So he started teaching to the people in this way. So he urged the people to think for themselves rather than blindly believing. Okay, instead of believing in a superstition. Okay, for an example, some people, they will tell that you have to do this puja, and if you are not doing that puja, means something will happen to your family. Okay, in this way the people started believing on those superstitions. So instead of believing those blind teachings, just think about yourselves, just think about these teachings. So to eradicate this full of suffering and unhappiness only, he told Ashtanga Marga. He told we have to follow the eight path. Okay. So according to that, we will after the death, we will get the salvation. Salvation means we call it as a mukti. Okay. Both from life desires as well as from other things, we will be free, and we will get the directly we will touch to the God. Okay, we will after the death we will have the salvation. So in this way, Buddha started preaching to the people, and people were very relaxed when his teaching was been there. People started trying to understand what is the concept of God, so on what basis we have to believe, etc. So he taught in the not in a Sanskrit, he taught in a Prakrit language because it was one of the easy language to touch the minds of the common people. So in this way he taught the people. So according to his time, one incident took place. So that incident we call it as a Kissa Gautami. This was a famous story about the Gautam Buddha. Once there was a woman named Kissa Gautami. So due to some reason, his son was died, and she was so sad, or she was so unhappy because he was the son uh, that he used to take after his um, when she become very old. Okay, he was only a son. So she started wandering from one place to another place, asking the people to bring him back to the life. I want my son back, because that much of pain she was having. She was telling that he is the only son for me. So in my old age, he will take care of me. I can't live without my child. So she started crying. She started visiting some of the people to give back his life. So when she was traveling, a kind man, a good man, um, he took Kissa Gautami towards the Gautam Buddha. So that time she told her all sadness, why she is sad, because her only son was been died. So she told that I want my son life back. So that time with smiling, Gautam Buddha said that bring me a handful of mustard seeds, andre sasve, um, mustard seeds, and I will bring your child back to life. Okay, she was very happy. Yes, my child will get a life, and once again my child will play around me, he will help me, etc. So she was very happy, and she started asking from one house to another house um, about mustard seeds. So one condition Gautam Buddha has been put. So the seeds must come from the house where um, in that family nobody should die. In that family nobody should die. So from that house you bring the mustard seeds, and then I will give the life to your child. So Kissa Gautami went from door to door, but she never um, when wherever she went, she found that someone or another, they have died in their family, whether it is a father, mother, sister, brother, husband, wife, child, uncle, auntie, grandfather, grandmother had died. So what was the Buddha trying to teach the sorrowing mother? So he wanted to teach that his life came to an end. Okay, so we have to accept it. We should not interfere in a matter of environment and that child. Okay, he wanted to show that life will never come back if it is not an miracles. So he thought to that mother. After that, she realized her mistake, that my son will not come back. So all kind of rituals, and she became the follower of Gautam Buddha later on. So she was sad, but after the death, the life will not come. Okay, so each and every people, one or another day, they will die. Then why we have to worry? We have to accept it. We have to go on that basis only. So by saying this, his teachings impressed her, and she started following her the principles of Gautam Buddha. So easily he was teaching to the people how life should be, how the people should treat to other people, how we should show the kindness to the others. If we are suffering, if we are unhappy, then what are the path we have to follow to become a happy, to attain the salvation, to attain once again this suffering, this happiness should not come. That is the salvation ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮುಕ್ತಿ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಜೀವನ ಮತ್ತು ಮರಣಗಳಿಂದ ಟೋಟಲಿ ಮುಕ್ತಿ ಪಡೆಯೋದು. So that was the main desire of human beings in the 6th century BCE. They started finding some alternative ways to attain the salvation. In an easy way, Gautam Buddha started teaching to the people. So in this way, this is the life story of Gautam Buddha. Okay, in an easy way, he started preaching the people with very kind, and he was influenced many people. From violent people, he converted to the unviolent. Even Angulimala story. Okay, Angulimala was very cruel, but Gautam Buddha, that cruel person, was converted to a kind person afterwards. When he visited the Gautam Buddha, it was one of a nice story, Angulimala. So just wherever you will find, just see that story. So how Gautam Buddha was preaching to the people to go in a correct path instead of going a violence, instead of believing in a superstition, just go in a easy path. The God will be there with you. Okay, and you will attain the salvation. So etc. He was teaching. So people were very happy, and many of the people started following the Buddhism religion during his period. So in the next class, I'm going to explain about Upanishad and about Jainism. Okay, I hope today's class you have understood. If you are having any kind of doubt, just pin your question in the group so that I will try my level best to sort out your problem. So signing out, have a great day. Bye everyone. Be safe and be healthy.